there everyone, and welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. In this step-by-step tutorial I will be showing you how to crochet some really beautiful granny squares. So these I would say are definitely fine for a beginner so long as you have already mastered how to do your basic stitches and you know the general rules of granny squares. So except these ones are all worked facing the same way. You don't need to turn them because in theory they should stay nice and square for you. So I've made up a few here in some different colours, and you can see that these are really simple ones, but they're just slightly lacy, or like a filet crochet if you like. And these would, with them being lacy, with these holes, these would be really beautiful, especially for things like clothing, but also obviously you can use them for making lovely blankets. You could use small ones to join together, or you could continue this pattern to just make giant ones. It's completely up to you. But yeah, so they're, like I say, they're really simple. They are different because you've got different amounts of trebles in the corners and things, and then you've got these gorgeous gaps down the sides. So we're going to jump straight in with this absolutely gorgeous granny square. So I've been using some slightly floral garden colours for these, and I'm just going to be using this lovely sort of pale dusky pink for this tutorial one. And yet again, we have a visitor. So, you know, hello to Keiko. She seems to make an appearance in nearly all my videos now, because she's seen that when the camera comes out, that means there's usually going to be yarn around for chasing, patting, biting, etc. So you can use absolutely any yarn and just use whatever size hook your yarn recommends. So I'm using some DK and a 4mm hook. So you'll start obviously with your slip knot on your hook, and then you want to do a chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We're then going to slip stitch into the first chain to make a centre circle. So insert your hook into that first chain and yarn over and pull through both loops, which is your slip stitch, and then we've got this centre circle to work our stitches. At this point we're going to chain 2, and that is going to count as our first treble. Now please remember I'm using UK terms here, so these are UK trebles, but for the entirety of this project, if you're used to US terms, these will be your double crochets. So yarn over and insert back into that centre circle, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's a UK treble or a US double. So now including our chain, we've got 2 trebles, so we want 2 more back into that centre circle, 1 and 2. So for this particular granny square pattern, each of our granny clusters will have 4 trebles in instead of the usual 3 that we would do. So we've got 4 trebles, chain 3, which will create your corner space, and then back into this centre circle you want 4 more trebles. So you'll repeat that now. You'll do another cluster of 4, chain 3 and another cluster of 4. So then you will have 4 clusters. And I will meet you to finish off this round. Okie dokie, so I've got my 4 clusters. You want to make sure that you chain your final chain 3 for your corner, and then you're going to slip stitch to the top of the chain that you did at the beginning of the round. So you'll slip stitch to the top of that chain, and that will be your round 1 completed. So at this point we're going to start round 2, so you want to chain 5. And that chain 5 counts as a chain for your treble and then an additional chain 2. and then we're going to jump to our chain 3 corner space, and we're just going to create our new corner in there. So you will do 4 trebles, so straight into that corner space. You will do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you will chain 3 for your new corner, and then back into that same space you will do 4 more trebles. So a corner is always going to consist of 4 trebles, a chain 3 and 4 trebles, all worked into the same space from the round before. Okay, so we've completed our corner. At this point we're going to chain 2 because we want to jump across all of these stitches, and then you'll work a new corner into that previous corner chain 3. So 4 trebles, chain 3 for your new corner space, and then 4 trebles back in that same space. And you will repeat that process all the way around. So you will be doing your corner space stitches like you've just completed here, and then you will chain 2, always remember your chain 2, and then jump across all of those stitches and do your new corner space. So if you continue working that all the way around, so as you start to get back around, in your final corner space you will do your 4 trebles, your chain 3, and then if you remember at the start of this round we had that long chain at the beginning, so that counts as one of our trebles. So we only need to do 3 trebles now for this side of our corner. So 1, 2 and 3, because our 4th treble we will create now. So you want to find the 3rd chain and you're going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain, and that will create your final treble for this corner, as you can see. So that is round 2, so we've got 2 more rounds to go. So again at this point you will chain 5, and that will count as a treble and a chain 2. So now we're going to start working the filet section of this pattern. So you will now do a treble into the top of that very first treble from our corner space. So into the top of this first treble that you come to, you will do a treble, and you will work through the whole of the stitch and complete your treble, chain 2, and then we're going to jump to our corner space, and in your corner you will just do your normal corner stitches. So 4 trebles, chain 3, 4 trebles. So that's our new corner space. You will chain 2, and then you want to work into the last treble from this cluster. So yarn over and go in through the whole of the stitch in the last treble from that cluster below, chain 2, and then you're going to work into the first treble of the next cluster. So you'll skip across the chain 2 from the row below, and you will work into the first treble of that cluster, chain 2, and then again we're ready to work our corner. And then you will do your chain 2, and you will work a treble into the last treble of that cluster, chain 2, and then a treble into the first treble of the next cluster. And again you will just repeat that process all the way round, and I will meet you as you get towards the end. I've completed my final corner. I need to then do my final chain 2, and we're ready to slip stitch to the 3rd chain in that long chain from the beginning. So 1, 2 and 3, so slip stitch and then again you're ready to start your next round. So this is the final round that I will be showing you, because at that point you can either end there, or you should at least have the pattern ready to go to continue to make it larger. So you'll chain 5 as always, and then you will do a treble into the top of this treble here. So you'll skip the chain 2 and treble into this treble. Oops. Chain 2, and then treble into the first treble on your cluster. Chain 2, and then again you're ready to work your normal corner. Okay, so now I can show you the first full side for this round. So you will chain 2 and you will treble into the final treble from the previous corner. Chain 2 and then work into the top of the treble. So you'll do your new treble on the top of the old one, chain 2, and then again treble into the top of the next treble, chain 2, treble into the first treble of your cluster, chain 2, and then again work your corner space. So again, if you repeat that all the way around, and I will meet you in just a second. So I've completed my corner and chain 2. I just need to do my final treble into the last treble of the cluster, my final chain 2, and then I'm ready to slip stitch to the third chain as normal. And that is the end of round 4. So like I say, hopefully you will be able to continue that pattern now to make these as large as you want them to be. As with any type of lacy granny square, especially if you're using this for clothing, I would 100% recommend blocking, purely so that you know they're all the same size and it's not going to make your finished clothing wonky, because who wants that? So yeah, that is it. Like I say, you can block them. Blocking is really easy, so don't be put off by the thought of needing to block them if you need to. So that's it for this one. I really hope you have enjoyed it, and let me know what you think in the comments. But I will see you for another tutorial really soon. But thanks as always for watching, and bye for now.